Welcome to NeoTech-Lens, your ultimate destination for the latest updates on cutting-edge technology, AI innovations, futuristic gadgets, and everything shaping the tech-driven world. Stay ahead of the curve with insightful content, breaking tech news, and in-depth discussions on how technology impacts our daily lives. Join us to explore the future, one lens at a time.
Yo, what's up everyone? It's 2025 and we gotta talk about the future. Specifically the robot-filled future that's already starting to unfold. We're talking headlines dominated by China's AI army, androids showing actual emotions, and even AI girlfriends. This year has been all about massive leaps in AI, insane agility upgrades, and robots doing things we never thought possible just a few years ago. We've got Boston Dynamics flexing on everyone as usual, China making some bold moves, and a whole lot more. So, whether you're hyped about our robot overlords, or just trying to wrap your head around it all, stick around because we're diving deep into the most shocking robot advancements of 2025. You don't want to miss this. Okay, let's kick things off with the name you were gonna see on this list, Boston Dynamics. They dropped the mic, or maybe I should say, dropped a robot doing a backflip with the newest iteration of their Atlas humanoid. Remember how crazy impressive it was when Atlas could barely walk in a straight line? Yeah, well, forget all that. This new version moves with a fluidity we've honestly seen in a robot before. They've completely ditched their old joint system and replaced it with something that actually mimics the way muscles and tendons work. The result? Movement that's so smooth and organic it's kind of freaking me out a little bit. And it's not just about looking more human. This new design, combined with their advanced AI-driven reflex system, means Atlas has insane balance and agility. We're talking Parker-level stuff, people. This thing's navigating obstacles, uneven terrain, you name it, all while making real-time adjustments with zero hesitation. Combine that with the dynamic movement, and you're looking at a robot that could be a game-changer in all kinds of fields. Imagine these things deployed in disaster zones, providing logistics support, or even assisting with healthcare. Next up, we gotta talk about what's been happening over in China. Word on the street is they've started testing out humanoid robots for, shall we say, and yeah, it's about as intense as it sounds. We're talking robots designed for patrolling, threat detection, and even combat simulations. These things are loaded with AI that allows them to analyze their surroundings, map terrain using satellite data, and even use facial recognition to identify potential targets. But here's the kicker, they're also equipped with emotion tracking modules. The idea is to have these robots analyze the intent of individuals they encounter. So, they're not just reacting to movement or proximity, they're trying to read people's emotions to assess whether they pose a threat. China's also working on AI swarms, groups of these robots that can communicate with each other in real time, coordinating their movements and actions like some kind of high-tech wolf pack. It's a massive advancement in AI warfare, but it's also raising some serious ethical questions about how far is too far when it comes to robots on the battlefield. Alright, let's switch gears for a second and talk about everyone's favorite tech maverick, Elon Musk and his company Tesla. Now, they've been working on their own humanoid robot Optimus, and this year they dropped a major update, Optimus Vive 2. This isn't just some iterative upgrade either. Tesla's gone and supercharged Optimus's learning capabilities. We're talking about a robot that can now calibrate itself to new environments, meaning you can take it from the factory floor to a construction site and it'll adapt on the fly. And it's not just brute strength anymore. Optimus Vive 2 has some seriously refined fine motor control, but the real game changer here is on-device learning. Instead of relying solely on the cloud for processing power, Optimus Vive 2 can actually learn and adapt based on its experiences in real time. It's like giving the robot a brain boost, and it's all thanks to Tesla's crazy powerful Dojo supercomputer. Elon sees it becoming everything from a helpful household assistant to a factory worker, and even eventually replacing human drivers. Whether that's a future you're into is up for debate, but one thing's for sure, Tesla's pushing the boundaries of what robots can do. Now, while Boston Dynamics and Tesla might be hogging the spotlight, there's another player in the robotics game that's been quietly making some serious moves. Unitree Robotics. Their G1 robot has been turning heads, and not just because it looks like a robotic greyhound. This thing is fast. We're talking Usain Bolt levels of speed, but in a robot that can also navigate obstacles and change direction on a dime. And it's not just about raw speed. Unitree's been showing off the G1's agility with some seriously impressive demos, like having it go head-to-head with a human boxer. Yeah, you heard that right, a robot that can throw a punch. And before you get any ideas, it's all in good fun. For now. But what's really got people excited about the G1 is its potential for customization. Unitree's made the platform incredibly modular, meaning developers can swap out parts, add new sensors, and basically build their own dream robot on top of the G1's already impressive foundation. And the best part? It's surprisingly affordable. Compared to some of the other robots we've talked about, the G1 is relatively cheap, making it accessible to a much wider range of developers and researchers. And with its open SDK and seamless integration with AI training platforms, the G1's poised to become the go-to platform for anyone looking to experiment with the future of robotic mobility. Okay, let's get into something a little different. We've talked about robots that can move like athletes and think like strategists, but what about robots that can actually feel? That's what OpenAI, the folks behind ChatGPT, have been working on. They've partnered with a bunch of robotics startups to develop humanoids with a whole new level of emotional intelligence. These robots can read your facial expressions, analyze your tone of voice, and even respond in a way that's appropriate to the situation. Imagine a robot that can tell you're feeling down and tries to cheer you up, or one that can sense your frustration and adjusts its communication style accordingly. That's the kind of thing OpenAI's aiming for, and the implications are huge, especially when you think about how this technology could be used in fields like elderly care or therapy for people with autism. And it's not just about mimicking human emotions. OpenAI is also working on integrating their advanced language models, like GPT, to give these robots more nuanced personalities. It's like talking to a friend, except that friend is made of circuits and code. Alright, buckle up because things are about to get a little weird. 2025 also saw the rise of what can only be described as AI girlfriends, and yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. We're talking about life-size humanoid robots designed to be companions, specifically romantic ones. These robots are surprisingly realistic, with expressive faces, customizable personalities, and the ability to hold conversations that are, well, kind of flirty. And before you dismiss it as some niche fetish thing, this is actually becoming a big deal, especially in Asia, parts of Europe, and even some corners of the US. These AI companions offer a level of emotional intimacy that some people find appealing, and the technology is only getting more advanced. They can remember details about your life, build on past conversations, and even use haptic feedback to simulate physical touch. It's all designed to create a sense of connection, and for some people it's working. But of course, this whole thing raises a ton of ethical questions. Let's shift gears again and talk about something a little more lighthearted. Robots getting physical. No, not like that. Get your mind out of the gutter. I'm talking about actual sporting events. This year, Beijing hosted the world's first ever half marathon for humanoid robots. That's right, a bunch of robots lined up at the starting line and took off on a 13.1-mile trek through the city. And before you think this was just a slow-motion shuffle fest, some of these robots were booking it. Companies like Unitree, Clone Robotics, and Deep Robotics all had robots competing, and it was fascinating to see how different each one approached the challenge. Some were all about speed, while others seemed to prioritize endurance. There were even a few wipeouts along the way, which, I'm not gonna lie, was kind of funny to watch. But the real takeaway from this event was the sheer spectacle of it all. Finally, let's end things on a lighter note and talk about some of the most viral robot moments of the year. Because let's face it, no matter how advanced these machines get, there's always something inherently entertaining about watching them try to navigate the human world. We had robot dance-offs in Times Square, complete with synchronized moves and LED light shows. There was that heartwarming video of an emotional support robot comforting a crying child that had everyone saying, "Ah." And who could forget the Clone Robotics demo where their hyper-realistic robot arms started sweating profusely mid-presentation? It was a weird mix of impressive and kinda gross, which, let's be honest, is the perfect recipe for going viral. But beyond the entertainment factor, these viral moments are actually incredibly important. So there you have it, the most shocking robot upgrades of 2025. From backflipping Parker Masters to emotionally intelligent companions, These robots are pushing the boundaries of what's possible and forcing us to rethink our relationship with technology. 2025 has shown us that humanoid robots aren't just the stuff of science fiction anymore. They're here. They're evolving at an incredible pace, and they're poised to play an increasingly important role in our lives. Whether you're excited, terrified, or somewhere in between, one thing's for sure: the future of robotics is going to be anything but boring. Which robot impressed you most? Let me know in the comments down below.
Love exploring the world of technology and AI? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to NeoTech-Lens for more insightful and exciting content. Hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest tech and AI innovations. Your support fuels our journey into the future of technology.